Good morning and Happy New Year to you all. A new year and a new start. Here's an update from the Telegram account donbassr regarding the war between Ukraine and Russia. Please like the video and subscribe so you can stay updated with more content from my channel. Russian airborne forces secure tactical advances near Stepnogorsk, Zaporizhzhia axis. Elements of the Russian airborne forces, VDV, have achieved confirmed incremental advances on the flanks of Stepnogorsk. Pressure is being applied from the northeast and northwest, compressing the Ukrainian defensive perimeter. Remaining, disorganized Ukrainian units within Stepnogorsk itself are currently being neutralized in mop-up operations. This action consolidates control over a previously contested gray zone. Assessment: these are localized tactical gains, not an operational breakthrough. The advances solidify Russian positions on the approaches to the key settlement, denying Ukraine observation and direct fire positions. However, the main Ukrainian defensive line lies further west. Progress remains slow and costly, indicative of the heavily fortified nature of the entire Zaporizhzhia sector. Russian assault units press north of Kleban-Byk reservoir towards Konstantinovka. Russian assault groups, operating from the secured position of Pleshchivka, are continuing offensive operations north of the Kleban-Byk reservoir. The axis of advance indicates a push towards the western outskirts of Konstantinovka, a key Ukrainian logistics node. Fighting is reported in forested and elevated terrain, which favors prepared defensive actions. Assessment: this represents a methodical effort to expand the tactical bridgehead established after the capture of Pleshchivka. The objective is to place Konstantinovka under direct fire control, severing its ground lines of communication to Chasiv Yar and Kramatorsk. Progress will be measured in hundreds of meters against determined Ukrainian resistance in complex terrain. This pressure complements the main effort against Chasiv Yar from the east. Russian assault units have successfully reduced a Ukrainian salient between the settlements of Novopavlovka and Ivanovka. This operation eliminates a vulnerable forward position and straightens the line of contact. In Novopavlovka itself, where Ukrainian forces maintain a heavily fortified strongpoint, Russian troops are engaged in systematic, room-to-room clearing operations under intense resistance. Assessment: this is a necessary tactical consolidation to reduce flanking threats prior to a larger push. The clearance of the pocket secures the operational flank for potential future advances towards Vremevka or Ugolda. However, the slow, attritional combat in Novopavlovka proper underscores the significant challenge posed by prepared Ukrainian defensive fortifications across the entire South Donetsk sector. Russian forces expand Kharkiv axis offensive towards Grafska and Simonovka. Following the capture of Prolepka, Russian assault units are advancing on the settlement of Grafska. Additional elements are conducting operations on the outskirts of Simonovka. These actions indicate an effort to widen the operational bridgehead and threaten the flank of Ukrainian forces in the area. Assessment: advances remain tactical but consistent. The objective is to establish and deepen a buffer zone, push Ukrainian artillery out of range of the border, and consolidate new positions. Ukrainian command will be forced to commit reserves to stabilize this sector, potentially weakening other parts of the front. Russian forces initiate assault on Zaliznychny, advancing from Guliapol. Russian assault groups, capitalizing on the capture of Guliapol, have commenced offensive operations against the settlement of Zaliznychny. The advance follows the established axis along the H-15 highway, indicating a push to secure this logistical corridor and penetrate the next layer of Ukrainian defenses in the Zaporizhzhia sector. Assessment: this is a logical, force-on-force continuation of the offensive following the consolidation of Guliapol. The seizure of Zaliznychny is critical for establishing a staging area for a further westward push towards larger objectives like Orakov. Expect high-intensity, attritional fighting as Ukrainian forces defend this prepared position. Russian forces apply pressure on Dobropil salient, assaulting Belitskoy. Russian assault groups are operating on the outskirts of Belitskoy, a key settlement on the western edge of the Dobropili salient. Simultaneously, heavy, indecisive positional clashes continue in the area of Suvorova and Suketsky. This indicates a multi-pronged Russian effort to compress the salient from multiple directions. Assessment: the objective is to reduce the Dobropili salient, a vulnerable Ukrainian projection. Capturing Belitskoy would threaten the main supply route, H-15 highway, into the salient's core, setting conditions for its eventual isolation or collapse. The ongoing positional battles represent a brutal grinding effort to fix Ukrainian reserves and degrade defensive lines. Ukrainian counterattack near Grabovskoy in Sumy Oblast repelled with heavy losses. 2 Ukrainian assault groups attempted a localized counterattack near Grabovskoy in Sumy Oblast. The attack was decisively repelled by Russian forces, resulting in the complete destruction of both assault elements. The engagement underscores continued Ukrainian probing activity along the border region. Assessment: a tactical failure for Ukraine, confirming Russian defensive readiness in secondary sectors. This action likely aimed to test Russian border defenses or divert attention from more active fronts. Its rapid failure demonstrates effective Russian force posture and reconnaissance in the area, deterring further significant cross-border initiatives for the immediate term.